Slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Dog dice and woes of life. Love and pride, look at her vibe. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, motives reflected. Off the mirrors appear quick, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raving in grain, rekindling the flame. Close as she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear. Shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, in paradise. We know our purpose.
In paradise. Yes, we do. We manifest dreams up on this show right here today. All right. Hey, well, we got some breaking news for you guys. Thank you for tuning in to the Unpopular Hour live stream. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark. We're going to talk about the big trade news. Of course, today, the Chiefs trade Tyreek Hill to the Dolphins. And, I have mixed emotions because obviously Tyreek is an OSU guy, but the Chiefs, fell to the same thing that the Cowboys fell to. It's like, okay, you should have paid Dak Prescott. You didn't pay him early, and that cost you a bunch of money. And the Chiefs could have traded or could have paid Tyreek Hill, but they waited until after Devontae Adams got his $28 million, which meant they were going to have to pay Tyreek around $28 to $30 million. And that was not. They just couldn't do that. So they get 5 draft picks, which means this year is not going to be bad for them because they'll have 2 first-round picks, the 29th and 30th. They have a second-round pick, which is 50th, which they get from them, and then they have a 30th pick also, 30th and 50th in the second round. And so you can't really gripe about what they got. But 4 years, 120 million, 72.2 million guaranteed. I can't blame Tyreek for taking the money. Clearly, he's got his Super Bowl ring, so he really is down. I don't really care that much about winning or anything. It's about me getting paid, and so Tyreek Hill traded to the Dolphins, which is just insane that the Chiefs did that. But now, when you look at what that does to the Chiefs and what that does to the AFC West, that clearly drops them below the Broncos right now. And I know my boy Jose Fierro is happy that that's happening, that his Broncos will now probably win the AFC West, taking the Chiefs down from their 4-year-in-a-row reign that they've had. But, they do have Patrick Mahomes. You never know what's going to happen. So the Chiefs do draft really well. They were able to get rid of one of their starter or one of their linebackers simply because they drafted Nick Bolton. Nick Bolton came in and played real well. They've drafted really well, so both of their first-round picks or second-round pick linebackers they drafted the last 2 drafts are playing fantastic. So, the Chiefs draft well. Brett Veach is a very excellent judge of talent and what the Chiefs need. So the Chiefs are like, okay, this year, the AFC has got way better. But I think that maybe they've dropped to the number 2 and maybe the 3 seed because the Chargers have improved greatly on offense and defense. And then, of course, the Raiders have done well as also. So that's really interesting to see what's going to happen in the AFC West simply because, wow, when I saw that today a little while ago, a couple hours ago, what's so funny is this morning the Chiefs gave him permission to talk to teams, and within like 2-3 hours the deal was done. That's just insane. But Drew Rosenhaus is his attorney, his agent, and of course Drew is in Florida. And Tyreek can't be mad. I've been 120 million, 72 guaranteed. I'm gonna be living in Florida, and get their taxes are really, really good for people who have a lot of money. So he get to keep a lot of money in his pocket that he normally probably would not have been able to do had he stayed in Kansas City. But once again, these teams wait to sign their players. It ended up costing more money. Same thing with Green Bay. Had you signed Devontae Adams, remember, you could have signed him 2 years ago to the extension. You didn't do it. So Devontae's like, well, hell, I could have gotten hurt in 2 years. You didn't give me my money, so guess what? I can't give you the finger, but I want to give him the finger because I'm sure that's what he was saying. Pay me now. Okay, you didn't want to pay me when you coulda, so you're going to have to pay me now. Which of course they traded him to the Raiders, his all-time favorite team. He gets teamed with the quarterback that he played with in college, one of his very good friends, Derek Carr. So he's extremely happy. The Raiders are going to be tough. The Chiefs got rid of oh my God, my mind just went, the Honey Badger. They did chose not to re-sign him, so I don't know what's going to happen to that Chiefs defense. But right now, it's going to be ugly, ugly, ugly in that AFC West. So, that being said, I want to bring in my co-host for Women Only Wednesday, Mya Carter Long. And what's up, Maya? How you doing, girl?
I'm good.
Hey, now we were talking off the camera before we started the show. You were saying, now what did the Thunder do? The Thunder gave you to all the 5-year season ticket holders. What did they give y'all now? Do you have a picture of that?
A piece of the floor.
Wow. Now
Yep, it's from
is that
5 seasons.
is that the old floor?
Yep, from
Not the new floor.
2009, 2010 to 2013 to 2014.
All right, that's a nice
I
gesture.
felt like that was a pretty cool gift
Hey, there's no color in that. Why don't you have color?
because we ain't that rich. We
Well,
ain't got money.
Hey, y'all got club level tickets and you got a parking pass. I mean, it costs. I mean, it's not like, or whatever that thing is called now. So it's
It's
not
not
like
like floor seats and seats though, or the suites.
no, I'm pretty sure the suites and the floor seats people got them.
They got the
And
color.
I bet you the owners got all the good stuff. They got part of the logo. What do you think about that? I bet
They
the
probably
owners.
got the whole logo. Probably got to
No,
hang it in their house
some of those
somewhere.
guys who are sweets, I think that they're fine. I mean, you can't gripe about that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But I think that was a very nice gesture by the Thunder.
It was. It was a cool gift.
I mean, now I wonder, did they give that to everybody in the seats? Like with Kat and them, I wonder, and Rod and Paul Michael, I
I
wonder,
bet
did they
they
split
did get
theirs?
it.
No, I think Rod got it because he's had those seats and he
Well,
split
whoever
them.
is the like overall the
Yeah,
floor
I
seat.
think Rod Meyer is the one that has that. I think Cat and him split them with him, but Rod has had them for the whole time because I know when we used to sit down right behind the floor or right behind the Thunder, right there on the bench. I hated, hated those seats down there. But any date that I
I
took,
liked
no,
it.
any date that I took, oh my, no. The seats that we had were right in front of the bench.
Yes,
Yes, no, in front of where
I
you
liked
guys are. No, in front of y'all. And every girl I took, that's why I like sitting there with Randy right up there in the club level because, I could see the game. Then I had Randy to talk to. But when I was down there in the very beginning, oh my God, girls I take to, oh my God, look at Kevin Durant's butt. Oh, look at Jay.
it.
I got a butt, baby. Why are you trying to look at their butt? Let me stand up and look at my butt. Okay, you with me. Okay? I mean, I understand that's KD. I understand that's whomever, Serge Ibaka. I get that. But I got a butt too, baby. I played too. And why you got to look at his butt?
And you can hear everything they say. It's real cool. I was
Maya.
on camera. I was on TV a lot. My aunt was taking pictures of the TV the whole time. We
Yeah.
were on camera a lot.
Well, every girl I took, they loved it too. But except I was trying to avoid that kiss cam. Whenever the kiss cam came around, I'm looking down on the floor. I'm reaching. I'm like, yeah, no. No kiss cam thing
Luckily,
happening
since
here.
COVID, they don't do it anymore.
Well, thank God. I mean, that just worried the crap out of me. But anyway, that is a very nice gesture by the Thunder. I think that's pretty awesome. So, anyway, you know what we're getting ready to go into. Let's go into March Madness. You've been running your mouth
Oh, my
about
best
March Madness.
bracket.
So you've been running your mouth. So here we go. And now what we did, Maya, is your brackets on the left. In the middle is the actual matchups. And then my bracket is on the right.
Okay.
So we can see that, you and I, the top brackets, we're all good, with what happened. In the East region, however, Baylor, UCLA, North Carolina, UCLA. Now, I had North Carolina in my other bracket, but not in the bracket that we're competing in. I had North Carolina beating Baylor in my other bracket, just not in this bracket. So, because I felt Baylor would be the first team to actually get beat, I thought they were the weaker of all the number one seeds, and it turned out to be Kentucky as the weakest in all of them.
They killed both of our
They
brackets.
killed everybody's bracket. They killed everybody's bracket, not just your bracket and my bracket. They killed everybody's bracket. They killed a lot of brackets. And it's so funny is after the first week, there were still 700 and something perfect brackets. I'm like, how in the world could
Yes,
you had to put in whoever that was? They had to put in 25 or 30 different brackets.
I
There's no
had
way.
to.
There's no way you could have took one or two brackets and said, okay, this is what's going to happen, and you pick all those upsets. But anyway, so we look at that North Carolina, UCLA. We both had that, but we both had Baylor, so we did have UCLA across the board on that. Purdue, Kentucky. We had Purdue all the way, so you and I are looking really good. And then we get to the South, which is where we differ. You had Arizona, Illinois, and Arizona, Houston. I had Arizona, Houston because your old OU coach, Kelvin Sampson, I'm a huge fan of, and I picked Kelvin right there.
You warned me and you told me to.
Yes, I did because I really like Kelvin Sampson. And I know Kelvin, and I think he was an excellent coach at the University of Oklahoma. But I liked him as a coach and as a person. Besides that as well. Now
I don't
Tennessee,
listen to no man, so
Villanova. Neither one of us had Michigan. Now my boy Drew Henthorn did have Michigan. He warned. He goes, man, watch out for Michigan. And I did in my other bracket, like I said, where I had North Carolina and I had Michigan in my other bracket because I listened to him and I took his heels and I took the bracket. But that's not the bracket that you and I, our first bracket. So I'm going with the first one that we did. So neither one of us had Michigan, but we both had Nova. So we're pretty well on there. I've got a little bit of a lead on you on two of them because I picked two, so it's 2-0 right now, differences. And so the Midwest region, for whatever reason, you are Iowa Hawkeye. Ooh,
look,
Iowa.
my other paper I got
Look,
Kansas
don't bring
win
up
all the
that
way.
nonsense. We ain't talking about no other paper, okay? We're talking about
You're
what
talking
you.
about your
No,
other
no, no,
bracket.
no. I'm just saying we're talking about this one right here. So in your other paper, you went against Iowa. Does Mark know you went up? Does your husband Mark Long know? Does
He
his
does
son know?
because I went
Does his
Kansas all the
son
way.
know? Does his son know the University of Iowa, who is now in school there? Does he know you went against him?
I think I did tell him I had two different
You're the
brackets.
stepmom. Why are you going against your son? That is wrong. What kind of stepmom are you going against your
Because
stepson?
Kansas was in my heart. Okay. My other bracket looks great. Okay.
Yeah, and then you have Iowa beating Kansas. That's what's bad.
And this one, yes.
Yeah, okay, then that's what we're talking about. Okay, so now let's
My
go.
other one, no.
Okay, now let's look at ooh, Kansas Province. Ooh, I had that right. Look at that. Ooh, that pretty. That pretty, ain't it? That's pretty. That's pretty. That would be. That's up me up 3 right now. I'm up 3 right now. Okay, 3. Okay, I'm up on you on 3. And then that last one, yeah, we didn't. We didn't.
That probably screwed up a lot of people too.
we have 0 of that. I did not see Iowa State beating Wisconsin at all.
I will be rooting for Providence to beat Kansas today.
Why would you? What? Why?
Just to bust up your bracket.
But no, Bill Self is an Oklahoma City boy. He went to Edmond High School, went to Oklahoma State University. How do you go against that?
But I want bragging rights.
No, but you can't go against your Oklahoma people. Well, wait a minute, hold on. You went against your stepson, so yeah. I guess I can see that. Oh my God. I've got to get on you about that. That is just too funny.
Look,
what?
Kansas was gonna win, and I had that on my bracket, but then I was just like, let me go ahead and put Iowa on here.
Oh my God, that's just pathetic right now. Okay, so we're gonna go through it. Okay, so the first Gonzaga, Arkansas, who you got?
Gonzaga and Arkansas.
Don't look at that. Don't look at the one that's perfect. Look at the first one that you said.
I'm looking at the. I'm looking
okay, because you went for the one that's better.
I have
no. You went. No, you can't. See, you cheating right now.
I have the one that I graded in my hand.
Maya, you're on camera right now. You can't cheat. Everybody just saw you flip sheets. Everybody saw you flip sheets.
Look, this is the one that I graded.
Maya, everybody saw you flip sheets. So you can
This is
switch up. No,
this is the
no,
one from
no.
Kansas. This
Two,
is the
no, no.
one I'm not taking. I'm doing this one, the one that I graded, where I
You
had
can't.
Iowa all the way.
Yeah, you cheating. I can't believe you cheating right now. Wow. You're on. Hey, this is actually on camera, so you cheating. You cheating.
They
People can see
can't
that.
see it. You can.
They can see. Oh, well, they. Oh, that's right. Well, hold on. Really?
Yeah.
Show that again. What you did. So I'll put you back on camera. Show how you showed your two. Show your
I
two. That's
accident-
one. Show no
I
no. Show the
accidentally
other one.
grabbed
No.
this
Show
one.
the other one. Don't cheat. Show them. Show them you got two. See now, ladies and gentlemen, you see what she's doing right now. Whichever bracket is the best
You
one,
grabbed this
that's the one
one.
she gonna pick right now. She ain't
No,
gonna
I
go with the
can't.
no. If you
No,
really
I
would
can't.
see, you no. I see how
I'm
it is.
using this one.
No.
This is the one I graded.
No, too late now. Anyway, let's go back to this because we all know that she cheating.
Look, it's
So
right
no.
here. You
Everybody,
can see what
we
I'm
all
using on.
know. Hey, listen, we all know right now Maya's cheating. Okay, we all know Maya's cheating. You all saw what she did. We had the thing up so you couldn't see it. Now you see she got two of them. So what she gonna do is she gonna pick the one that's correct, that has the best chance to beat me, because she says, "All I want to do is have bragging rights. That's all I care about." Ooh, that's all she
You
cares
have
about.
my
Okay?
original sheet,
No,
so you know
so
if I cheated or
she
not.
cheating. She cheating. No, we know you cheating. It's fine. Anyway, back to the brackets. Okay, back to the brackets. Back where we were at. Oh my God. Yeah, I just can't believe you just cheated like that. But see, now I need to put it on record so everybody can see how you cheated. Okay, Gonzaga, Arkansas. Go ahead and use your cheat sheet. Go
I
ahead
have
and use go ahead and use
Gonzaga.
your cheat sheet.
I got Gonzaga.
Okay, got your cheat sheet. I have Arkansas upsetting Gonzaga, even though Memphis
That's
should have
right,
beat
because you
them.
want Duke to win.
Memphis cheated. Well, I think Duke's going to beat whomever. It doesn't really matter. Okay, Texas Tech, Duke. We both have
I'm
Duke,
Duke.
right?
Yes.
We're going to both have Duke in that. Okay. Uh, obviously, you and I both have UCLA, or do you have North Carolina?
No, I had Baylor. Remember, I had
Yeah, that's
Baylor.
right. You had Baylor, but I had UCLA winning, going out. You know what? I need to go back and check my bracket and see if I didn't have.
This is why I have it written on paper too.
Yeah, but it's on the computer.
Yes, I went on the computer and put it on paper.
I know, but I said I need to go and check it and see if I had North Carolina. No, in my first bracket, I had Baylor and UCLA. I had UCLA beating Baylor. It's what I had in my original bracket. So I'm not going to cheat like you and have a separate second bracket. So I'm not cheating like that. I'm not cheating like that. I'm not cheating.
This
Okay.
is the online.
No.
You asked who I had. I had Baylor, and Baylor already lost. I had Baylor.
Yeah, but you had Baylor in the other. You had Baylor in the other bracket too. You had Baylor in both of them.
I did. I had Baylor
Okay.
and UCLA.
Right.
Yes, but I had Baylor beating UCLA.
Whatever.
So
you just
screwed.
be making up stuff, girl. You just make up stuff. I can see that right now. Okay. Purdue and Kentucky. Who do you have?
I had.
Oh, excuse me. Purdue and St. Pete.
Who do I have now?
Yeah. Who are you picking?
Purdue.
Who did you have before?
Kentucky.
Okay, I did too.
I had Purdue and Kentucky, and I had Kentucky winning.
And so, who do you have now between North Carolina and UCLA?
I had Baylor. I'm going to pick UCLA.
Okay, so you picked Gonzaga. I picked Arkansas. We both picked Duke, and we both picked UCLA, and we're both picking Purdue, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're good. We're on the same page except for Arkansas, Gonzaga. That's gonna be the tail of the tape right there. Okay, in the South, Arizona, Houston. You're going with Arizona, right? That's who you have picked.
Yes.
Now, is that in your fake bracket or your real bracket? Which one? The backup bracket? I don't know. You got the backup bracket and the real bracket. Which bracket is it?
No, this is my real bracket.
Your backup bracket, I think that's what it is. Do you have a Cat's Tavern sweatshirt on?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. Well, Cat will probably
favorite neighborhood bar.
Cat will probably like that. Hey, Cat. Oh, well,
I saw her last night.
Hang on. You know what? I'm getting ready to put something on blast right now. Excuse me, Cat. As soon as it flips back, I'm sorry. She had. Wait, let me get it on both of us so I get this straight because I want this on camera. Cat, really? I got a Cat's Tavern T-shirt. I didn't get no Cat's Tavern hoodie. Maya got a hoodie.
$25.
No,
I
no.
have
What
like
I'm saying
six
is,
of
no.
them.
How you gonna get? I have a regular T-shirt,
I have a
and I.
T-shirt. I have a white one. I got 6 of them
Oh,
sent.
see, I only have one. I got the first black one. And I will say one of the first one came out, and she gave me an XL, and
Yeah.
I was about 10 pounds lighter then, so I can't wear it now. So, because I forgot that you don't put your clothes in the dryer. You wash them and then you don't put them in the dryer because they shrink if you do that. So, yeah, I messed that up. But anyway, Kat, I need my hoodie. If she gonna put her hoodie on, I need to put my hoodie on. All I'm saying.
Well, I got 6 of them. I have 6 of them. They're $25.
Okay.
Just go buy one. They're
Okay.
still up at the bar.
Anyways, back to the thing. I'm done with you right now, Maya. I'm done with you. I'm through. I'm over you right now. Okay, so back to the brackets right now. We're doing Arizona, Houston. You're taking Zona, correct?
Yes, and by the way, Jared on Sunday when we were watching this game against TCU, Jared was like ducking down behind tables, running around the bar, just
You
walking
know
like
why it
he was
was?
flipping
You know
out
why it was?
because Arizona almost
No,
lost.
because I was busting y'all up in darts. That's
That
why.
was true. That
Y'all was on teammates. I busted both y'all up. Oh, what is that? A cat's deal too? Oh, that's something. Okay, I busted y'all up. That's why y'all was all panicking. He get busted on the darts, and then he get busted in real life on Arizona. He was all there, and Arizona cheated him. That was a foul. They should call that foul at the end of the game. That was a foul. They cheated. They cheated right there. That's all I'm saying.
No, look, we won and I needed them to win.
Whatever,
So
anyways. Michigan and Villanova.
I had Tennessee, but I will take Villanova.
You are okay, so we're matching that in Nova. Okay, so we're so you and I are opposites on Gonzaga and Arizona, and everything else we're the same on. Correct?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. Okay, now we're gonna go to Kansas and Providence. You're taking Providence because you're cheating, so you're gonna take Kansas Providence, right?
I'm taking
I can't believe you're going to get Bill
I'm
Self.
taking Kansas. I'm
Bill
taking
Self.
Kansas.
Bill Self.
I'm taking Kansas.
No. Bill Self, bro. Listen, this girl right here, Oklahoma girl, is going against you, bro. You're an Edmond, Oklahoma City boy. You grew up here. You played college at Oklahoma State. You coached at assistant coach at OSU. You was a head coach at ORU, head coach at Tulsa. And this woman right here you see on the screen is going against you, bro. That's just wrong. You know what I'm saying? How's she gonna go against you, man? She should be supporting her boy, but no. She kind of supported her stepson a little bit, and then she went left on Iowa. But that's okay, man. I got you, bro.
Yeah, I'm picking Kansas.
OSU Cowboys. Okay, I got you, man. Anyways. Okay, so you're taking Kansas. I'm taking Kansas. You're taking Providence, right? So that's what we're doing there. I'm taking KU. You're taking Providence. Okay, Iowa State and Miami.
I don't know.
Go to your cheat sheet. You got that cheat one.
No, I never had them on my cheat sheet. I'm gonna just take the underdog and go with Iowa State.
I'm taking Miami. Oh, so we're against each other in 1, 2, 4. Oh, we've so you and I are against us out of the 8 games. We're against each other 4, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Because we agree on Duke, we agree on Purdue, we agree on Villanova, and that's it. Well, 3. Oh, UCLA. Yeah, we agree on Duke, we agree on UCLA, we agree on Purdue, and we agree on Villanova. Huh?
No, you did Arkansas.
Yeah, I did Arkansas. Houston, Kansas, and Miami.
Okay.
So I want to get you in all of that. So we're on. So this is gonna be the tail of the tape because that's 4 games against each other on the opposite sides of the Sweet 16, right? And then next week we're gonna have the Final 4, and so that's gonna be the tail of the tape on that deal when we get down to that. As that being said, right?
Yes.
I can't wait to watch it. Ooh, I'm gonna be talking so much trash. I just
I
can't
can
wait.
still beat you on ESPN.
Oh, whatever. Anyways, well, how you gonna do that? Because you got to go by what's on here. Why you cheating? Whatever's in
This
your
is the one that's on
no,
ESPN.
that is not what you picked. Because you can't pick that. If we're gonna go by that, neither one of us can pick the Iowa State Miami.
I know that is true.
Okay,
But
so
I still have more allotted points to beat you on
are you
ESPN.
winning right now or losing right now on ESPN?
Right now I'm losing, but
Okay,
you
then we're just what we're
still
talking about.
have the chance to
Why are
beat
you
you.
rolling your eyes? Is that necessary? I need to
Yeah.
Mark Long text your wife and tell her to quit rolling her eyes on my live stream, man. You need to call and get that stuff squared away right now. Yeah, I ain't got to worry about that, do I? He ain't doing nothing, is he?
Yeah, ain't doing nothing.
He ain't doing nothing. All right. Well, we're gonna take a break right now, Maya, for a second, and then we're gonna be right back, and then we're gonna get into the NBA. We're gonna do the Drew Henthorn HuskerDrewPicks.com picks of the week, and then we're gonna get into some serious stuff about women's issues, some things to do with women's sports. So everybody, just hang on. Thanks for watching. Be right back with the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, with my co-host, Mya Carter Long. Be right back. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Unpopular Hour, Women Only Wednesday. I'm your host, Matt Clark, of course, along with my co-host, Mya Carter Long, who is not in her seat.
Sorry, my light went off.
Oh, your light went off? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, fix your light, girl. What's wrong with you?
It's
Oh, that's
working.
okay. We had to look at that Chanel and Louis and Vogue and all that behind you. Oh, wow. Whatever. You're on my nerves right now. You're on my nerves right now, okay? Just saying. You're getting on my nerves with
It'll
this
be
stuff.
fine.
Anyways, okay. We're going to talk about the NBA right now. There's some big games tonight. The Warriors and the Heat, which, man, that has all implications, some great implications because of the standings right now. The Nets and the Grizzlies, and the Jazz and the Celtics. So all three of those games. Do you know anybody that you have any of those that you really like in any of that?
I don't care.
You don't care. Wow,
Not
that's
for them too.
that's just sad. I don't even know what to think about that. But anyway, I do. I like the Warriors and the Heat. I think that's going to be a great game. Miami, there. I mean, it's more for Miami than it is for the Warriors because, like, the Warriors don't care if they're 2 or 3, which is what they're saying. Because if they're where the difference is, if they're the number 2 seed, then they play at home. They have the 7 game 7s at home. If they're number 3 seed, it's at the Grizzlies, and of course the Grizzlies have a game against the Nets, and the Nets are 9th seed, and they're fighting for a position right now. So that's very, very, very important. And of course the Jazz and the Celtics are very important because the Jazz at the 4, Celtics trying to maintain and stay up there in the second and third batch. So because they're 2.5 games splitting first, second, and third, or fourth in the NBA Eastern Conference. So those are very, very huge games. So anyway, well, let's go to Drew's picks. Okay, he's got University of North Carolina women +4, Texas A&M +8, which of course we're going to talk about the NIT, and then the Nets -2, which we just talked about in that huge game against the Grizzlies. So the Nets are favorite in that, and then the Lakers +7, which is just a mess. And I know you don't really care about the Lakers and what they're doing right now anyway. I know you don't really care, even though I'm thinking, the Lakers are on kind of a mini streak right now. And so they're in the nice position, which means they're going to have to play against, right now, the Clippers for the play-in. So that's going to be ugly on how that's going to work, but we'll see how that plays on and how that's going to work, or against the Timberwolves. So the question is, do they want the Timberwolves or do they want uh, The Clippers, and I think they'd rather have the T Wolves than the Clippers because that would be just a crazy dog fight between Patrick Beverly and Russell Westbrook. I think that would be must see TV. So I would like to see that. Now, speaking of Texas A&M, let's go into the NIT bracket and talk about that. Of course, St. Bonaventure won last night against Virginia to punch their ticket into the Final Four, and Xavier beat number 4 Vanderbilt at home by 2. And so St. Bonaventure and Xavier are in the first round of the Final Four for the NIT. And St. Bonaventure beat OU, right, Maya?
by 2 points.
At Norman. They lost. No, OU wasn't OU the number 1 seed? I think they were
Yes,
number
they
1
were.
seed.
They were number 1.
And they went in there and won. And then, of course, they beat Virginia. And then now they get the number 2 seed. So the question is, can they knock off the number 1 and the number 2 seed? And then on the other side of the games tonight, we have Wake Forest at A&M and Washington State at BYU. So St. Bonaventure has a chance to knock off a number 1, a number 2, and a number 1 and number 2 again, which would be crazy if that ended up coming. So they'd knock off a number 1, a number 2, another number 2, a number 1, a number 2, and then possibly a number 1 or number 2 again, which was crazy because I don't think Washington State is going to beat BYU.
That would be great if they did.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan necessarily of them, but yeah, that's going to be good. The games tonight is going to be good. This is my favorite time of the year because the NBA games matter. The college basketball is March Madness, and then you have the NIT. So, and then women's, you have the women's NCAA too. So, I am a big fan of all of that. Also, I want to congratulate OSU on their hire. We just hired a new women's coach, so I'm excited about that. That we just hired J.C. Hoyt from Kansas City, and she was the coach of the year in her conference last year. So I'm really, really proud that we got to hire her. In fact, I should have had a picture up of her.
I think Missouri men's got a new basketball coach last night too.
Okay, well, we should have had that. That's stuff that you got to break. That's breaking news, Ma. You need to have that on there. So, but anyway, so those are NIT.
Halfway looking at TV.
Oh my God, I just can't. I can't with you today. I don't. I'm just. Anyway, let's get to something important. We're going to run into some important subjects right now. We're going to start off with Brittany Griner and the travesty that's happening with her over in Russia right now, which is just completely stupid. What do you think about that and what's going on with her? Because that's just, I mean, to me, I'm like, okay, you know that she's had the weed oil. It is not her first time coming over there. You guys invited her to come to your country to raise the awareness of women's college or women's basketball in a professional league. You paid her all this money to come over there. You know that she does the weed oil. And most people don't understand the oil is mainly for your body. It's not to be smoked or whatever. It's medicinal purposes for your body. That's what the oil is mainly for. And for them, it's not like they didn't know. That's why they busted her. Don't you know, Maya? They already had that. I mean, don't you think?
Yeah.
You know? So I'm just like a big fan. What is your take on
it? So she met with 2 U.S. officials, and they said that she's being treated great, and they're not letting her speak with her family. The only way she can speak with her family is through Russian officials.
Yes.
Which is pretty messed up.
Well, that's simply that's Russia. That's what they do. I mean, she's a political pawn right now, and let's face it. But they could not. They had to let the U.S. people come over there, and it's just. I mean, they're having so many troubles, so many craziness going on with them right now, as far as their view in the future, except on Fox News, which is the nonsense. That he's just an idiot.
And that should have been the last thing they were worried about was her.
Agreed, 100%. I mean, she's over there playing basketball. You guys invited her over there. You paid her a bunch of money to come over there and play, to enhance your women's basketball and your standing as far as the teams that you're trying to produce and your women's professional league by bringing her over here. You already know that's why they busted her. They knew she had that. I mean, it ain't new. They know what people have. I mean, come on now. She's been over there. You're gonna wait till now to do something about it? Are you kidding me? It's not like this is the first time she's brought it over. That they know this. That's why they busted her, and it's strictly making her a political pawn. And I just don't agree with that. I don't think it's fair. I
Or
don't
how
think
they're
it's right.
doing in basketball over there.
Yeah, I mean it's just stupid right now what they're doing. So now on a touchier subject, and that's the best way I can put it. Uh, you brought up a point to me about this transgender swimmer and how when he was a he, what was he ranked?
Why did I not write that down? Hold on, I
He
have
was ranked 400 and something, wasn't he, or something like that, when men's swimmer. And now that he's said that he's transgender,
ranked ranked 462
yeah, and as a man in the men's
as a
swimming,
man.
and now he says he's transgender. So he's gone from who to who? What's his name now?
William Thomas to Leah
So
Thomas.
he's gone from William Thomas to Leah Thomas.
And since he has been Leah Thomas, he is now a she. Uh, she has been smashing every woman in the competitions, and now she is number one in women's NCAA swimming.
Yeah, I'm we had this discussion the other night at the Thunder game. We were talking about transgender stuff, and my opinion is this: that's fine if you don't know who you are, because we're talking about what are you gonna do about bathrooms. It's just like the guy who was how it got brought up, as this guy says he's transgender, and then he got arrested and he's being sentenced to prison. So he asked the judge, which prison are you going to send me to, because he wanted to go to a women's prison. And the judge asked, well, what kind of piping do you, or what kind of piping, or what do you have down there? And he said, well, I have male parts down there. And he goes, well, then you're going to a male prison.
Prison.
So if you're transgender, what I don't know enough about it to know, are you a man, or you a woman, or you both, or whatever. But I don't see how you can compete as a man, and then you're not very good, and then you say, oh, okay, well, I'm a woman secretly dressed as a man, but I'm a woman, and then you go compete against women, but yet you're competing against men. To me, if you didn't know who you were and you thought you're a woman, then you should compete against women in the very beginning. Don't ever compete against men. If you, and I don't know enough, and we'll have to get somebody on the show who, I know enough friends who are in the LBGT community, and I'll ask one of them if they could come on and please explain it to me, or explain it to our audience on what that means, because I'm ignorant towards it. I can just give my opinion. And like I said, my opinion is ignorant. I don't know enough about it, but my opinion is if you start going against men, I don't think you can switch and then start competing against women. Either compete against women or compete against men.
Yes, and the girl that she got second, and she was just she knew about the rule, because I guess they changed the rule a couple of years ago where they let transgender people compete, whether it be women or men.
Mm-hmm.
But then since she got second place, that's when she went and whined about it. So I get why she's upset about it, but it should have been brought up in the first place. You know what I mean?
Well, but they
Like
had.
you had all year to win all of this stuff, and now somebody's complaining about it when it came down to the nitty gritty.
Right, right. I just, to me, I don't. When they said that it was okay, we knew this was going to pop up. There's going to be something, and you're going to see more and more of it. And to me, my deal is simple. If you're a woman, if you have male body parts, and you're competing against men, and you're not very good, and you're not able to compete against men on that level, and you switch to women, and you start dominating, then to me, it's kind of like in women's basketball. Testosterone has to be you have to have a certain level of testosterone. So to me, then go ahead and put the limit on testosterone, just like you do, like Brittany Griner. She barely made in the U.S. Olympic team because of her testosterone level was right there. But we know she a girl.
Yeah.
She a girl, but her testosterone level was right at that point. So to me, to alleviate all of this, put the testosterone point at a certain thing because that's how these women, men, whatever, transgender people. If you have a higher level of testosterone than somebody else, then your chances of beating a woman who your testosterone is far higher, you're going to beat them. And then we even had that discussion, Maya, about women competing with men. I go, girls
Yeah.
can compete with boys. No, girls can compete with boys. I see it all the time. When you're, elementary and probably early sixth, seventh grade, maybe the eighth, you can kind of compete with boys. But when you get to high school, when you're 15, 16, 17, you can't compete with boys.
You're gonna get killed.
You just can't. But up until that point, I think that women and girls and boys, yes, they can compete against each other. I see it all the time in AAU basketball. I watch these girls; they used to be killing these boys. They just putting step backs on floaters. I'm like, God dang, girl, you just broke that boy's ankles. Everybody in the crowd going, ooh, did you see her do that? Yeah, embarrassing these poor boys. But when you get to high school and college, girls can't compete. I mean, they can do okay, but competing with these guys, they're just not physically able enough to compete with men. And I don't think that that's what they were built to do when it
Put
comes to that.
Brittany Grinder against Westbrook. What's gonna happen?
Or Westbrook would kill her.
He'll kill her.
I mean, he would. I mean, and all I'm saying is just, I'm not trying to be whatever. I'm just saying it is what it is in reality. A woman cannot compete with a man on that level. Now, tennis, maybe a little bit, but they're just not quick enough. They're just not physically strong enough and athletic enough to compete with men. That's what I'm talking about. Now, mentally, yeah, they're stronger. So you don't see women laying down on the floor. Oh, come get me, pick me up off the floor, like these dudes do. Dude, get up off the
Oh
floor.
gosh, these NBA players are
Oh,
funny. It's like they'll have a teammate with their hand to help them up, and they're like, "Oh wait, I gotta wait for him to come get me."
well, yeah, and it's like Tyler
It's
Hero.
like they're dying.
Yeah, like Tyler Hero and Paul Pierce. Like a few years ago in the NBA championship, when Paul Pierce gets wheeled off the court in the locker room because he hurt his knee. And 5 minutes later, he's back there balling. Really?
You
You
get up
got
and
you got wheeled
let
in a
that player.
wheelchair. Really? Tyler Hero the other night against us, the Thunder. Really, bro? You kidding me?
Matt, in cheerleading, I landed doing a flip toward my ACL and MCL meniscus, and I got up and limped off the floor. And you're telling me these NBA players can't do that?
Oh, it's pathetic. It just. Oh my God. Okay, speaking of the NBA, we're gonna close out with our Thunder. The Thunder play Orlando tonight in Thunderdome or the Paycom Center or whatever the hell it's called now. What is it? I still call it
The
Thunderdome.
Paycom,
It's
like I
still,
said,
to me, it's still Thunderdome. I mean, it's the
you can still
Thunder.
call it. They should still call it that.
I mean, it's not like it does not the Thunderdome like it used to be because there was some thunder bouncing up and down there when we had everybody. But anyway, here are my keys to the game because Maya. A lot of people go, "Oh, well, you put your keys up when I do the after the storm, the OKC post game analysis," which I haven't done in a couple nights. But it wasn't my fault. It was had a battery issue, and so that really wasn't my fault. But it happens, and I don't want to do it. 2 hours after the game. I think that's that kind of takes
Yeah, at
away.
11 o'clock,
Yeah,
nobody's
yeah,
in.
it was crazy. Game was over at 9:15, and it's 11:15. I'm trying to do the show. It's not. I guess you could, but it's not quite. That's not how I look at it. But anyway, I do the now. And Mark and Randy Wright or anybody who's at the games know that I do the Thunder Keys before the game. I don't wait till after the game's over with when I know what's happening to do my Thunder Keys. So
Yeah,
what I'm gonna start doing is on the unpopular hour, or I'm gonna start doing my keys before the Thunder game, like now. So here are my keys to the Thunder game because I don't want no nonsense about how I just wait to the end. So
it'll always be defense and great transitions. Will be
and,
on
it's,
that list
and
every single time.
well, we got to play defense. We're giving up 38 and 40 points. And then, but I change it up though on how I say it. Sometimes I say we got to play defense by committee by keeping them out of the lane, And then right now I'm talking about play good perimeter defense by keeping them in front of you. Is what I'm saying now, not having to play team defense in the lane. So that's what I'm saying. Keep a hand in their face so that we're not giving wide open shots, which drives me nuts. And we have to move without the basketball, okay? And we have to finish at the rim. Now, I say finish at the rim a lot because you know why? We miss a lot of shots at the rim,
Yeah.
and it wears me out. So, but when we move without the basketball, and then once again play through SGA, and when we play through him, it makes everybody else a better player. And you can see that Baisley has benefited tremendously once he's not trying to go one on one and do the nonsense that he does, which just wears me slick. So, but anyway, play good perimeter defense, which means just try to keep the guys in front of you. Don't give them too many open looks, which means keep a hand in their face. Move without the basketball, just don't stand around. Finish at the rim as in our layups. Use the glass, in other words. Trey Man, use the glass. Okay? Use the glass, bro. It'll help you. Because like the other night, SGA always uses the glass. And he figured out, and Mark and I looked at each other like, why are you trying? And he missed. We're like, you always use the glass. What are you doing? Okay. Then, he, of course, after that, he started using the glass again. And then as long as we play through him where he's creating shots and creating opportunities for everybody else, it makes us look good. So, any of these you have an issue with? Or is something that you'd like to expand on?
I'm again every single time you ask me this. They need to play defense. I'm watching these college games and I am more into these games because these guys are playing defense. Like great defense. I don't understand why in pros they don't know how to do that.
Well, a lot of it is the fact that a lot of your good teams do play defense, and like I said, we need 3 and D guys. We need a couple bigs, and I do like Sar. He's this big, and he and our big men they just don't have enough because Montrezl Harrell the other night just bogarted him and Roby like they weren't there, just pushed them around because they're light. They don't have any weight on them, so they got to put some weight on them to get them stronger. But there are so many talented big guys who are physical who are in college basketball right now that I think the Thunder need to. We have a ton of draft picks. Let's go get some bigs, at least 1 or 2 who can play. But we need 3 and D guys. And what 3 and D guys are guys who can shoot the three and guard the perimeter. So you guys are 6'4", 6'7", because guards we're good with SGA, Giddy, Dort, and Trey Man. Our guards are good. We've got 4 good. I'm good with our guards.
They need to gain some
And
weight.
yeah, but I'm just saying is our guards are pretty good. I'm okay with that. But our forwards, which is Wiggins, I like Wiggins. He has upside. But Baisley, Poku, Kreshki, those are G League players. They need they're 2-way players. Play them whenever we need somebody gets hurt. But when you have 8 guys, the way we have 8 guys hurt right now, the Thunder are in trouble, and we just can't.
Yeah.
We can't seem to do anything. So, but anyway, do you have any departing shots? Anything you want to say?
How about the score tonight? What do you think?
Well, Drew has the Thunder and the under. You can't
He
spell
always
Thunder
does. He
without the
always
under, and it's Drew
does.
picks. And I told him the last 2 games, I was right. I go, because of the style of teams that we play, that we were going to do more. And since SGA's came back, now, but before, I agreed with that before, but we score a lot more points with him. And it frees Trey Man. And Trey Man has been playing fantastic, don't you think? He's been playing really good. So I would say the Thunder win, I'm going to say 115, 107, 108.
Okay. We can do it. We have we can beat them. I
Yes.
mean, we're predicted to lose. We are, but I feel like if we lose, it's going to be by 10 points. If we win, it'll be by 6.
Right. I think that, they came off a tough game last night. I think we have a chance to win this game. The Thunder do. And please, people, go to the game tonight. It's a Wednesday night. You ain't got nothing going on. Go watch
Matt
the
will
Thunder
be
play.
there.
Okay? Go. Oh, yeah, I'm going to the game. I'll say, hey, watch the game. Go to the game. Check them out. So, anyway, Maya, it's been a good show. Thanks, girl.
Welcome.
All right. That was our girl, Mya Carter Long. Thank you for watching the Unpopular Hour, Women Only Wednesday. Um, Great show today. We talked about some good things. Maya had brought up the points that she wanted to talk about. Brittany Griner and William, now Leah Thomas, which is just whatever. But like I said, I'm going to have. I'm going to find one of my friends in the LBGT community and 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 talk to them and have one of them come on so they can explain the whole transgender thing to me because I don't understand it and I don't really want to try to speak on it wrongly. I'm just giving my opinion on what I think what they can do testosterone wise and things like that. And I just don't think if you've competed as a man, you can switch and start competing against a woman. I don't think that's fair. I think either you need to compete against women the whole time and be on that side of it, and then or you just can't be a man. I just don't. I mean, to me, it's like you're coming out trying to be a man. You're not very good, and you want to be competitive, and you want to do something like, oh, okay, so now I'm going to the other side. And then what is your track history with being a gay man? So, or if you're transgender, are you gay? I don't understand it, and I want to learn more before I really get into detail. But anyway, I'm gonna have one of my friends come on and educate you, the public, about it, about what's the difference between the things, and so we all can have a better understanding of the transgender and what do they feel about that. Which is someone who would be in the LBGT community, and they could tell us what they think. Okay, because I think that's more important than us just spitting off things and saying we believe this, we believe that. So, but anyway, I want to thank everybody for once again watching the Unpopular Hour Women Only Wednesday show. I'm your host, Matt Clark. I want to thank you again. Everybody be safe out there tonight. And remember, go to the Thunder game. We're playing Orlando tonight. We need a W. We need everybody in the stands. Our team is young. We need all the help we can get. So once again, everybody be safe. Peace out.